Greetings, students. I'm Monica Hill, your instructor for this fall semester for your English 102 course. I'm making this short video just to help you get oriented to the course and to get started. I'll post these videos pretty much in every module. At the beginning of every module, you'll find a video to just give you some insight and help you get started with that. So welcome to the course. The first thing that you'll see when you log in is you'll land here on this Getting Started module. So you'll open the Getting Started module, and this is an important place to visit because there's a lot of important information that can help you be successful in the course here. You see you have a table of contents. The syllabus and instructor information are normally here. Right now there seems to be an issue with Blackboard that is making them appear unavailable, but I did send out an announcement with the syllabus attached. So if you go to announcements, you can get the syllabus, and I'll show you how to do that in a moment. Also, there is some other information here about how to succeed in an online course. So if you go into this folder, you'll see all types of helpful tips and hints on things you can do to help you do well in this course. The most important thing you can do is communicate. Stay in touch with me, get to know your classmates through the discussion boards and messaging features, and communicate. If you're having an issue or a problem, always let me know right away. I generally respond to email within 24 hours, usually sooner, but if you don't get a message back from me in 24 hours, that means I didn't get your email message. And you can also send me a message through the course messages that I'll show you in a moment as well. And I check course messages every day as well. So here in Getting Started, you'll also see the grading rubrics, so you can see how your essays and blogs are graded. And there's also a short description of how you should write your discussion board post and samples of good discussion board posts. And there's an explanation of how to submit essay assignments. Once you've gotten comfortable with the Getting Started, you can go into Module 1. But first, to go to Announcements, you would go over here to your course menu and click on Announcements. After this first week of class, you'll actually enter the classroom here on the Announcements page. During the first week or so, I usually have it land on the Getting Started to make it easier for people. But after you're all acclimated, you'll find when you log into class, you'll come here to the Announcements, and you'll see any recent things I've posted. You may have noticed, you may have gotten a couple of emails from me with announcements. If there's an important or urgent announcement, I'll always send it out by email as well, so that you know it's there. But normally you'll see announcements when you log in. And as I mentioned, here is the syllabus, so you can click on this link right here in the announcement to open up a copy of the syllabus. And you can click on this link to go to the discussion board where you can introduce yourself to your classmates and get to know all of us as well. So once you've reviewed the syllabus and gotten to introduce yourself in the discussion board, you can jump into Module 1. Now, Module 1, we get started on talking about reading and writing about literature. I'm going to let you know now, this course is very rigorous. It's normally quite a rigorous course, and since you're doing it in 12 weeks, condensed down from the 14 to 15 week semester, it's going to be a little bit more intense than it normally would. There's a lot of reading in the course, and of course, there's a lot of writing. The course is broken up into more or less 3-week modules. So each module is about 3 weeks. In each module, you'll have reading assignments, writing assignments, and discussion board assignments. You'll also find a printable copy of the module assignments that you can open up and print out, and that's here. You can click here to print it, but this, or you can click here on the print icon to print, or you can click here to download it. And this is a printable copy of all of the assignments broken down by week and due date that you can keep a record of. So as you can see, this week, if we go to the module schedule, here too I have a chart that shows you all of the resources you need for each week. So for week 1 of this module, you're reading in your textbook, the Literature for Life textbook, and you have a few videos to watch. Then you'll also start your Module 1 blog. So each module, you have generally 3 assignments. You have a blog that's generally due at the end of week 1. You have a discussion board. Your first post to the discussion board is generally due by the end of week 2, but you can start posting to the discussion board as soon as the module opens. And you have to respond to classmates in the discussion board generally by the end of the module. So whatever the last day of the module, which is generally week 3. In addition, you have a major writing assignment, an essay, that is going to be due on the last day of the module. So that's usually at the end of week 3, you have an essay due. So you can go in and take a look at your assignments. So this module, you're going to be looking at literature. Why are we studying literature? Or if maybe you're a business major or a physical sciences major and you don't really understand why you have to take a course that's related to literature, well, this week in the learning resources, we're going to talk about that. You're going to explore that through your learning resources, and we're also going to talk about it on the discussion board. And again, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. The blogs are very, very important to participate in. That's a good chance for you to get feedback from me before you write your major essay. So your blog assignments and the discussion board assignments always build to the essay. And something else to keep in mind, you absolutely cannot write the blog or participate in the discussion board or write your essays without reviewing the learning resources. I don't put anything in the class that's just extra or just for fun. So if there's a learning resource in there, that's because you're going to need it to help you with the assignments. So I encourage you to do the readings before you try to do the assignments. And you'll notice too, if you look at either the course schedule or if you go to the printable copy of the course schedule, you'll see too that the way I have it arranged is so that the resources you need to do a particular assignment come before that assignment's due. So to do your blog, you need to read and view the videos in week 1 before you do your blog assignment. And in week 2, you should do the readings and watch the videos before you try to post to the discussion board. And in week 3, you should go to this website and review this website before you write your essay. And all of your assignments are here in the module and as well printed out on this sheet. And you'll find links to post your blogs, to get to the discussion board, and to submit your essays right in the module, each module that you come to. So your first assignment is going to be due this Sunday, September 21st, and that is going to be your first blog post. Now, your blog posts are a little less formal than regular essays. I still grade them for writing and for grammar, but they're generally shorter pieces, usually no more than 1 to 2 pages, and comparatively in length. So, and you don't need to have as much research and references for your blog post. So when you write your essays, you always need to have citations and references. In your blogs, they're a little more informal, so citations and references are not generally required for the blogs. If there's a blog that requires one, it'll be specified there. However, if you do quote someone or if you do use information from another source, you of course should include a citation, but you don't have a requirement for a number of citations you have to have. Your discussion posts should be properly cited. Discussion posts are academic discourse, and that's where we're sharing and communicating with each other. And I absolutely grade them for grammar, for writing style. And that's also a good place for you to practice with making citations. So when you're posting to the discussion board and answering one of the questions, and you're using evidence from a story that you've read, or from a poem that you've read, from an essay that you've read, or from research that you've done, that's a good place to practice MLA style, because you'll get feedback right away, and I can tell you where you may have gone wrong, so you can get comfortable with it before your essays are due. And your essays are formal academic writing. They have to be in proper MLA format. Your textbook and the grammar and writing resources folder have plenty of information to help you with that. Now let me show you some other areas of the course. As I mentioned, to get to the discussion board, you click here, and this will take you to the discussion board, but there's also a link right within every module to go to the discussion board. There's also a link to go right to the Introduce Yourself board and to ask the instructor. Ask the Instructor is a place where you can ask me any questions you might have about the module. This is a good place to put questions that might impact the whole class, or you think other people might be thinking the same thing. You can post that question there, and that way other people can see it as well. There's also an Ask Your Peers forum, and this is more for student-to-student communication and feedback. So if you want to ask a classmate how they're handling the assignment, get some tips or pointers, or share a great resource that you found, that's the place to post that. If you need to send me a private communication, something about your particular assignment, if you're having an issue, you can either send me an email or a course message. I recommend course messages, and that's here in this tab. If you click this tab, you go to course messages. This is an internal Blackboard messaging system, so your message is secure, and you're absolutely guaranteed that I'm going to get it if you send it through course messages. You can also send an email. You can either send an email from your email account, or if you click this external email link, this sends an email out to the Blackboard, whatever email address people have registered with Blackboard. But course messages is a little more secure because you don't have to worry that the person has their correct email address in Blackboard. Another good place for you to visit is this Grammar and Writing Resources folder. This folder is full of all types of great resources to help you if you need more help with grammar and writing structure, because that's a major part of your grade, is your grammar and writing. So here are all kinds of resources that you can go to and look at your leisure and as you need. I also have this other folder, but Get Higher Grades on Essays. I created this as I gave feedback to student essays to help students know what things they could do to improve upon their performance and get better grades. So you probably want to take a look at that as well. Again, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact me. Hopefully we'll figure out what's going on with the syllabus and instructor information tabs. But in the meantime, you have a copy of your syllabus in the announcement, and you can see some of my information in the Introduce Yourself discussion board. Any questions? Let me know right away, and enjoy Module 1.